Here are 10 things you should know before you buy Roboute Guilliman by Joytoy.
Number 10.
The Ultramarines Primarch is almost twice as big as your average Space Marine, which, by the way, is lore accurate.
Number 9.
He's also more than double the price, but at least he's not a floppy mess.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey you Skellywags, we'll continue our countdown as we chug along with this review. As for G-Man's accessories, as Lord Commander of the Imperium, he wields the Emperor's Sword. My one has a little bit of paint blotch there. The sword in general looks great, with the flame effect looking better in person, reflecting light very nicely.
Number 8.
Unlike the Grey Knight's Castellan Crow though, the flame effect is not removable. Straight out of the box you'll find Guilliman equipped with his right holding hand for the sword. He also has an expressive right hand. He also comes equipped with this left expressive hand for his power fist, the Hand of Dominion, which also makes it articulated. And finally, straight out of the box you'll find Big Papa Smurf equipped with this helmet, reflective lenses, some edge highlighting. These bits here are soft and pliable, but work well. And this option looks great, a bit rubbery. But in the box as an option, you'll find an unhelmeted head, fit for a Primarch.
Number 7.
This is Joytoy's best work, with a very delicate skin tone applied on a flat finish and gloss finish on the eyes. Got his halo at the top here. Mine, this spike is a bit bent, which I might heat up. Joytoy have done a brilliant job on the Armour of Fate. Purity seals here, good detail. Wish the name was carved in though. There is a lack of shading or highlights on the gold though. Or purity seals. Love this detail, the soft plastic on these wires. Here as well. Overall, a brilliant representation of the Armour of Fate. Hand of Dominion with his bolter. Why there? His armor strap falls very naturally when stationary, not in use. Beautiful detail carries on throughout, down to his legs, his feet. Back here, the back of his feet there, molded into the leg armor though, unfortunately. I'll explain why that's a problem a bit later. This backpack looks like a Ghostbusters backpack when I saw it, but looks awesome though. But there is one issue.
Number 6.
The bottom part of my wings here is slightly warped, but I count myself lucky as others have had bigger issues with that. Articulation from the top, the head is on a plate, much like McFarlane Warhammer figures. Move around on the ball, go up about there with the plate, and down there, side to side, and angling as well, left and right if you want to. So good range, you beautiful bastard. These things can move from under the wings, but you probably don't want to move them too much. They can disturb the wings. The ammo strap can hinder the left arm just a little bit, so you can move it out of the way to move the arm where you need. You do have to move the pauldrons out of the way a bit, as they can clash with other bits on the figure. Lateral raise can go up about there, maybe a bit more if you can move the pauldron in the right way. Same goes for over here on the right. New pauldron works on a hinge at the top of the shoulder going into a ball, sort of angled. does help that the shoulder is a bit lower than on natural human anatomy. That looks to be going into a ball socket. There's that shoulder roll butterfly as well that the Space Marines have going forward from 2.0 bodies. So as you can see, the shoulder isn't actually where the shoulder should be. It should be up there. So that's why it gives it a bit more range. The shoulder pauldron covers that, and so it gives it the illusion that there's the shoulder line is there. And there is a bicep twist.
Number 5.
According to Carlo from the comments on my last video, Joytoy said that this was a feature. Removable bicep arm. Plugs back in though very easily. Double bend at the elbow, which will be hindered somewhat by pauldron up here, and also the forearm sculpt. Same with this side, except not so bad, as this forearm isn't as huge as his power fist. Softer plastic here too, and also softer plastic on the wings and the halo. Double barbell on the wrist. Single barbell for the power fist, which is the first time we've seen articulated power fists be only limited left and right.
Number 4.
The movement for the upper torso and waist are quite stiff. Also very squeaky, so just be aware of that. Altogether though, can move nicely. Jean-Claude, ooh, not so great. Now that's the Emperor's Champion. There is additional articulation, which we'll go into in just a bit. They can go up there, angle it a bit further up. There's a double bend at the knee, just over 90. If you pull this bit out a bit more though, those can come out. Goes back quite easily. Toe goes down, up, pivot, bit left and right, toe. So if you look in the back here, this heel bit, I think should be part of the foot like this front bit. That way, you get more angle on the foot, as right now it can tend to clash. Also got thigh twist there. Now if you're using the leg going up and you're wanting to pose, it's a bit difficult. The angle's not right because of this bit of the armor. So they've actually got a drop down mechanism now. This allows better leg angles for a wider leg action spread. Let's just get him here in the pose. So I'm coming out like this. Back there. Cover the shoulder. Angle that foot. There. And now for an obligatory shooty pose. Shooting at heretics. Try and cover that shoulder there. But yeah, looks great. G-Man. Quite like this expressive hand. Pops in nicely. You can get him into a sort of Ryu Ken pose. Get him ready to physically beat someone down. Like that. Now get him ready to punch. Oop. So if you do play a bit too rough, this can pop out. Like that. There. Let's bring along a foe. Get him angled like that. Punch him. Oh. So that'd be a good shot there. Change this quite easily. Just pops out like that. And this just goes in. We'll try his holding hand. Before we do that, we'll put the sword into the holding hand. It's probably the easiest way of doing this. I'll pop in. Dual wielding his sword. Very good choice by Joytoy for the power fist expressive hand. Sword hand's nice and sturdy. And have it just holding like that. If you get the light at the right angle on the flame sword, you get some nice lighting on that. So although minimal accessories, they... Oh, that's just popped off.
Number 3.
So your mileage on QC issues may vary. Luckily this isn't so bad. I might glue that in at some point. You can switch heads very easily. Just pop that out. And this can go in just as easily. Let's finish up with some comparisons and my final thoughts. So this comparison I'm adding on after the fact, as I forgot to add this Warhammer 40k figure from McFarlane, an intercessor. So as I said earlier, this figure has this plate like Guilliman for the head, but not as good. Here are a few figures in 1/12 scale or 7 inch. As you can see, Guilliman's body fits in quite well with these figures, but his head is a little undersized, as of course he is supposed to be 1/18 scale.
Number 2.
So let's switch things up. Got this Mezco Bishop head, which doesn't fit on straight out of the box, but if you get blue tack or something, you can make it work. And that size head on the body would really work, I think, with any 1/12 scale or 7 inch figures. Shout out to Datalinks Magnus for giving me the idea. Check out his channel and review. So here are a number of other figures from the same Joytoy Warhammer 40k universe. Got an Orc, Tau Warrior, Crimson Slaughter, Space Marine, Necron, Battle Sister, Scion, Krieg, and Custodes. G-Man towering over all of these guys, looking like children next to him. And of course, stood against his family, the Ultramarines. These are all the Ultramarines I own. He fits in perfectly.
Number 1.
As the first Primarch that Joytoy have released, Guilliman is unlike anything you'll have in your collection. I think I've been quite fortunate with my QC issues, with this gun in particular. I can just glue in. But he's a very solid figure if you're willing to pay the price. The character and design won't appeal to everyone. So if you're in that camp, then this is an easy pass. You won't have to worry about grabbing him. But if you are interested in any way whatsoever, I would say go for it if you can afford the high price point. I wouldn't let any QC fears put you off, as all Joytoy retailers are really good at providing replacements if need be. I hope it doesn't get to that for you if you do decide to buy him. But also, we can't put all the blame on Joytoy, as some of these quote-unquote QC issues may be due to transit, as obviously these are figures that are being delivered across the world, and so it'll have a few bumps here and there, but again, replacements and things like that are always available. Anyway, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. What do you think in the comments? Let me know there. Check out my affiliate links to buy your own Joytoy and support the channel. If you like this video, click the thumbs up. For more content, subscribe, and I'll skell you later.